not reincarnate, a regeneration spell on you, and she will carefully place the face back onto yours as she starts kind of stitching it back onto your face, but chanting and in these melodies. It'll be painful as hell, but the nerve endings are going to start to reattach themselves to your face, that first couple of layers of skin that are there, and it is by far the strangest feeling thing. I, I can't even imagine. But after a while, you start to like feel your lips again, and like you have a nose once more, and it's like the eyelids are starting to reattach, and yeah, it will take probably about an hour of this process as it slowly knits itself back onto your face. But at the end of the process, you will have a face again. We'll be back, just as maybe not good as new, but functional. And she says the swelling will take a little while to go down, but let me know if you have any problems with it. She's finishing up.
I can imagine for the last like hour, the only thing I heard from Inga's herbalist hut was just screaming.
Naturally.
Naturally.
After the process, she would tell you to get some rest and um, get Torbe to bring you some tea and just sit with you here, as yeah, it'll probably take a few days for the swelling to completely go down, but you are immediately within minutes of the procedure. It's like it's back. You can feel it's reattached properly.
Finally, my face is back. Oh yeah. I don't have to wear a mask anymore or helmet. So yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, Torve would sit and uh, she would probably sit with you for hours here. Like, sorry, I keep accidentally pausing the game instead of hitting my push to talk. Um, but she would sit here with you for a while, and as the rest of the armies outside are, you'd see a couple of them coming in and out to buy some healing potions and that sort of thing. There is a certain ease in Braudavik today, as having just beaten the Hags. There's an air of new possibilities for Braudavik at this point, but the Jarl is still waiting in the Longhouse to speak to you guys about the next steps. Do you think you would go and talk to him like immediately, or would you give it a couple of days before starting to plan your next move?
I would say I'd say we should start our we plan to do next. What do you guys think?
Probably waddle my way there, but
You're gonna need some crutches.
whichever you choose. Either way, I'll have to rest for a little while, even if we start planning like an expedition or something.
Well,
No harm in
I get.
planning something.
I guess if we go and figure it now, like what our options are, we can plan out for longer than waiting a bit. Or longer to figure it out.
Yeah, we can hear the man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Gorm won't be coming on the next expedition, at least.
Yeah,
to
I
begin
was,
with.
I was going to send you a message after the session about it. Depending on how much time we waste, I might bring a temporary character.
Yeah, I think this would be a good opportunity to do that if you want to, but we can chat about that after the session.
Yep.
But for now, you can definitely get someone to help you along to the longhouse to talk about next steps and enjoy some of the feast. I'm sure some of the locals are eager to congratulate you guys.
See the time moving forward on the
Yeah, sorry,
time.
I kept forgetting, but it is now around midday
Yeah,
the next day
yeah. I
after you
must say,
spent the morning training.
yeah, yeah. I must say, looking at that time scale, it's reminding me of a Skyrim when you will wait, for the hours to drive by, then you see the sun setting. It was reminding me of that.
Time skips essentially.
I just imagine Gorm like the freaking cute guy.
What?
Freaking guy who just just rides around on a horse. He's completely like laid out at all times almost.
You'll also notice now on the calendar that uh, there is an annual holiday now that will be dedicated to that defeat of the Hags.
Okay, I thought it's a
Oh.
celebration of for the Hags or something when I saw it when I logged in. I wasn't entirely
Yeah.
sure what it was.
Yeah, that's going to be in every year. This will be Hag Day will be celebrated. It's the day that you defeated the Hag.
Hey, what do you want for Hag Day?
I think we should make it tradition that they have to like you have to make like a straw hag and we have to burn it on a pyre.
You have a lot to
Yeah!
offer.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Holiday attire.
I'm totally not
Yeah,
seeing
the-
that from a Danish like tradition.
Oh,
Didn't they do it in
No,
Borat,
okay.
but with a Jew?
What the fuck?
I wouldn't know about
That's
that one.
Yeah, I mean, burning an
I've never
effigy
seen
is
that.
there's a lot of cultures that do that. I feel like that's a very commonly done thing. But also, I'm picturing that like the local children will probably play games where like one team is the Hags and one team you get to play as like
What?
the Goliaths or something, just
Yeah.
Oh.
very violent.
And I heard that, yeah, and out of character, I heard that there's some sort of tradition. I forgot which European country, but I heard that on I think it was on Christmas, like during like there's some kind of I forget, but maybe like some kind of FNG of I think Santa or something else, and basically people have to find it and burn it. Like I don't know, that's been kind of like a tradition. Find the wooden effigy of this Christmas figure and burn it. I forget which European country that is.
Sounds fun.
Sounds like a place that wasn't a big fan of Santa Claus. Just, all
It's
right, children,
Sweden.
let's go hunt
Uh,
the Santa.
oh wait, oh wait, really? That's in Sweden?
Of course.
I,
If
no.
anything bad,
them
then it's
pagans.
Sweden.
The Swedes.
No,
Wait, hold on.
No,
Let me look at this up. Let me look this up real quick.
so
I've
no,
heard
no,
it
so
somewhere.
Sweden has not like kind of fun tradition. When is that? In a certain like town or city, they make a really, really large, what it like stooge or whatever the heck it's called, made out of straw. And every year, people try to burn it down. it's not legal or like stuff like that. It's just people keep doing it.
Oh, that was what I was remembering. Oh, right, that's that.
Oh
Oh,
no,
that
that it
was
was
because of
Sweden.
the.
What the fuck?
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
The Swedish Burning Man. He's
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
But
don't know.
instead of a
I find it
gathering, it's
freaking hilarious.
If the Trojans were
yeah, but
smart, didn't accept the gift.
instead of a yeah, instead of a gathering, it's a scavenger hunt. Like, find this effigy and burn it.
Yeah, but this thing is fucking colossal. It's just a every single year they try to protect it a bit, but like people always figure out a way to just burn it.
Figure out a way. Just fucking toss something in there.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, at this point, I can't even tell if they actually like how badly they're actually trying to protect, like, make sure it doesn't burn.
Just put a cop there. That's all.
Yeah, there's just more. It's more fun to be attacker than a defender.
Goddamn, you
Nice.
switch sides.
Been burned 30 times.
Damn. So I think Mikkel's gonna start heading his way towards the longhouse.
cool. Is everyone else going to join in there?
Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Off we go.
As you
To the
guys
longhouse we go.
make yourselves comfortable back at the longhouse, the the Jarl would be there, and he would probably join you at his table unless you are approaching him. But he would finally come up to you and say, "Ah, I'm glad to see you all made it. We owe you a great thanks, especially to those of you who did not grow up here. We're glad to have you fighting on our side. There will, of course, be rewards for you all, but for now, until we have gotten those together, we must decide what to do next. We have about 200 dwarves that need a home, and I'm afraid we don't have housing for them. If they're going to work in the mines, maybe we should find a more long-term plan.
I concur.
Yeah, Corn probably walking a bit. A few minutes afterwards, slowly making his way to the group.
Maybe we should have carried you for the way.
Just like using my spear as a stick, the walking stick.
Nice.
You two have certainly looked better. Well, actually, Mikkel, you got your face back.
Oh, yeah, finally.
It looks good.
Just
Keep the mask, though. It was intimidating.
oh, I should probably get a couple of upgrades there, along with my the rest of my gear. But yes, we should definitely find more permanent accommodations for the dwarves. Yeah. Although I suppose we should probably also get their opinions on what they want to do, if they want to set up shop by the mines or whatnot.
I've spoken with some of their leaders, and some want to reclaim Brauda. Others are happy to go to a new settlement if we have some allies. Speaking of those Leonin children, a lot of them are children of nobles from the Leonin kingdoms, so perhaps we could escort them home and negotiate an alliance with those kingdoms. If the dwarves want to move there, there are plenty of options for them. But most of them, they want to stay and work in the mines. I'm sure we could make good use of them.
I agree. With the gravitite that we found in our last excavation run, it would definitely bolster Braudavik's armament significantly if we were to mine them out. So I think the dwarves are a valuable asset to Braudavik.
Well, then we will have to find them a place to stay. There's not enough housing here, but they're pretty good at building. Maybe we can figure somewhere to put them.
Hmm.
Now that the hags are gone as well, these forests are opening up. Those lizards down south are still going to be a bit of a problem, but we've got plenty of space in the other directions.
Didn't Magnus have that lizardkin? Or what was his face? Didn't he bring one of them back? Could we use them as a piece to get them to not bother us?
I think he's here as a prisoner.
Oh yes, the boy Ekersis has been working with Magnus for a while now. I think he considers this home, and he has brokered some peace. But as our territory expands, Magnus wants to go and lead the charge to the south, take the southern tip of Halsvater. Apparently, they came across a bunch of shipwrecks when they went that way. He thinks it would be a good place to control, maybe set up a lighthouse.
Hmm. I do see the value in that idea.
I can actually, seeing as we're not going to go into the actual in the Tappan map for now, I will take us to the full map so you can get an idea of what the factions are now, and I will show you as the Hags of Eldertwist been defeated.
Yay!
Yay!
Combat there.
Yeah.
And you guys, your territory increases.
Oh hell yeah!
Yep. And yep. Oh yeah. Not only that, we also have the. Like in the meeting, the Primer would also bring up the Fey Prince of the Two
Tooth
Fey
Fairy.
women, and like, yeah. So he's seeking like to stick around in Braudavik for a bit. Too. A lot. Yeah.
Well, the ferry we can definitely make space for, but I'm sure his people will also be very happy to know that the hags are gone. And as I'm sure the Leonan tribes will be. So we should speak with them. But anyone who wants to stay in Braudavik is more than welcome.
All
I
right.
mean, the Omen warriors are traders in the future, and well, even the Tooth Fairies have proven to be valuable allies in the past.
Hmm.
So I do think we should try to return them to their parents. These taking on these children is, I don't know, leaves me with a bit of a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But Yolta had adopted them all.
Creating your own little wolf pack.
Well, we have to fill the void of losing Yeoman, and I forgot his name.
Oh,
Clearly,
big
clearly
holy
that void has been filled.
No, I forgot the dog's name.
shepherd.
Oh yeah, Shepherd.
Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
quick question about the Leonici then. Like, where do they come from? What clan are they
I think
from?
Where'd they
Shadow
go?
Claw.
That makes sense.
Oh,
You
think.
don't know specifically.
Oh, but the ones we fought were Shadow Claw, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ones you fought were definitely Shadow Claw. The Atrax that you met before was from the Felidrakar court, I think. He may have been from the Pride Guard, but you know that those Leonin children were probably kidnapped from some of these nearby Leonin tribes. But the Shadow Claws were working with the Hags. They were allied with the Hags. That was Ezrava was a Shadow Claw. So
Yeah.
while the other tribes may be allies now, you may have made enemies of those Shadow Claws.
Hmm. But then again, maybe one of the children belongs to the Shadow Claws, and maybe that's in peace. Maybe.
Or we could send a warning.
Do you think it
Oh,
would be like too
that-
intimidating to like gather the names of the Leonin children and just send them like a letter like, do these children belong to you? Like just list their names.
Or ask them. You know,
Well,
it's
yeah,
also
ask
an
them by
option.
a letter.
If we send a
Or
bunch
just
of
ask
like
the children where they're from.
That also works
yeah.
if they know.
yeah, I feel like there's a 20% chance they're just gonna say it's like, oh, we're from there. And just point to the woods or something.
If they're royalty, they probably know of what royalty they are.
Kind of want
Mm.
to kill the
Yeah.
riddle kid.
Whoa.
I don't know, he's royalty. But we just want to
Well-
stab him for being a prick.
So as Gorm in his infinite wisdom suggests, we should probably
I am
ask the Leonin
full of
children
wisdom. That's
first.
true.
I'll say you can make an insight check as you speak. These are children, so you get the impression. Yeah, they may just they may not be entirely truthful or easy to understand, but as you ask them, you can give me an insight check, see what you're able to find out. Anyone who's leading this question. Oh,
Like
So I
the
got a 21.
okay, so yeah, Trymere, you learn that most of them are from the Verdant Main, the Philidrakar, and the Pride Guard protectors. You actually learn that none of these children are from the Shadow Claw. That yeah, the Shadow Claw, they will tell you were the ones who kidnapped them and brought them to the
Oh.
Hag.
Oh, so they're just pricks, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
Shadow Claw
them all.
bad guys, but the others, you know that the Leonin are usually pretty neutral. They don't get that involved in Mordian politics. But now that the Verdant Main and the Felidrakar court are in the Braudavik's domain, they are now on your land essentially. You know that they would be very easy allies to make if you brought their children back. That's like they are probably already neutral towards you. The Felidric are already probably allied. So, yeah, that'll be an easy alliance to make if you are able to take them back.
Yeah.
But if you take them to the Shadow Claw, it's probably not going to be great for the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not, no.
Looks like we have an expedition without a ship this time. If we're going to all three of them.
Yeah, you can also. This is one of those things that you could, like, you could send your people to go and do. Like, just bear that in mind that you don't have to complete every mission yourself. We'll follow
Oh,
the mission
sweet.
that you guys go on, but those other things you can send people to do that. You've got lots of
People.
people now. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. So we probably want to
mean-
do that just for the children. Truth
Yeah.
be told.
Like, yeah. Right now, I'm thinking maybe Tor can deliver the children back to the tribes. That I don't know. It can send quite a message. Like, ooh, we got this large Fey friend on our side. Or oh wait, hold on, Torg might not be.
They're already neutral. They're not
I feel
hostile
like
to us.
yeah, I feel like if we're trying to make friends with them, we probably shouldn't try and like
Intimidate them.
Torg.
yeah.
Yeah, true. Also, Torg isn't a talker. He says I am Torg all the time, so only that's true.
Yeah. Torg is also probably going back to Reclamation Marsh as soon as possible. Like you've now freed the forest, so he's got a lot of repairs to do. But you would know that the Verdant Main tribe is kind of in those forests. So rescuing Torg and bringing him back to the forest is only going to help your case with them. The Phalidrika are they're more like, I don't know, they're less hippie-ish. I mean,
Mhm.
the Verdant Main are,
Yeah.
they live in the forests. So
Yeah.
Torg would be able to communicate with them.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not verbally, but you know what I mean. Like if you
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you
it
do
seems
know
like yeah. Right now it
you've
seems like
got
delivering the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, DM. Sorry.
no, sorry, I was just saying you've got people like you don't have to doesn't have to be a named character that you're sending off. If you want to
Yeah.
create a little detachment and send someone off, but you may want to like send them with a message or a letter or something. So it's up to you. But I'm just saying you can send spies out and that kind of thing. You don't have to worry too much about them, the mechanics of it.
Right. And right now it seems like we can send some people to deliver the to do the simple task of like escorting children back to their homes and setting up a friendly relations essentially. And right now it seems like there's some ideas or plans uh, to there's a folk tribe like setting up a lighthouse in the south. And oh yeah, and along with like deciding with what to do with the dwarves of setting up where to send them, where they want to go.
Mhm.
Yep, you got those three things on the table at the moment.
So weird that I still want to go back and just like raid the dragon lair.
Maybe
Yeah,
someday.
that is possible.
Also that, yeah.
But
Uh, well, I think like the earlier we send out the children, probably the better. Just so it's
yeah,
like in case of future happenings, we probably have allies quicker. So like as the DM suggested, I want to say we send like a detachment of like I don't know 5 or 6 envoys, both as like protection for the children and like to keep each other in check because the last time we sent envoy, he kind of got his head chopped off.
Wait, what?
Not his head, I think his hands.
What?
yeah, it was fans.
Well, close enough.
What the the hell?
He talked
Oh.
shit.
Why?
No.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So you start organizing some envoys with some of the troops that were here, and you'll be able to send those out. They will start gathering up like carts and uh, some beasts of burden to carry them through the forest. Um, and yeah, over the next few days, they will get ready and then make their way out to the Leonin kingdoms.
Mhm.
Is there any sort of message that you think you might want to send with them, or um, like is there I don't know, a letter you might send to the other kingdoms to tell them what happened?
we could probably send something like uh oh well, actually like as something like as we've freed the forests from the clutches of the Hags, we are bringing back POWs that the
You're
sentence
W's.
or prisoners of war.
All the hags have taken an L.
Yeah.
Yep. Might be a good idea to send one to Skakatalker as well. Let them know that the source of the dragon's blood is gone for good. No cure yet. I didn't have time to work with anything, but at least the source is gone.
No.
Sweet.
Yes, in layman terms, like send a letter to the different tribes, Leonin tribes, like saying that we're giving the children back to them after freeing them from the the prisons of the hags or similar.
And are you
Rest.
doing this just as a sort of show of good faith, or are you trying to also? I mean, you have got the envoys that will be able to sort of do this in person as well, but are you trying to build an alliance with them, or are you just kind of going, "Hey, we found your kids. Uh, here they are. Hope all's good."
Well, considering they're neutral, I feel like we kind of can't push it too far, like trying to curry favors with them. Like they might feel indebted to us because we're sending the children back. Like from political standpoint, I'm not quite sure how to handle that.
Yeah, I mean, this is
You don't
you
have to
can
ask. Yeah.
you can tell your envoys like what sort of outcome you're looking for, and it'll be up to them to figure out how to actually pitch that if you're not doing it
Then
personally.
You don't have to
then
ask for an alliance. You can ask them to hear us out about it.
maybe invite
So
them to Braudavik
yeah.
to talk about potential alliance, or
Yeah,
rather,
or
and we wish for an amicable relationship.
yeah, like maybe set up good trade since like the forests are more safer now in the south now. Set up like
Yeah,
proper trade routes within our like domain area.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So they'll try to invite them to Braudavik to discuss a potential alliance and trade routes and stuff. That is.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, that the heights are gonna they're like more safer now.
Yeah. Cool.
And then for the Skako talker, we were telling them that essentially just relaying information to them that the source of the dragon blood has been eliminated.
Yeah. Simple enough to send them that. Notify them of
Yeah.
what has happened.
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah.
He
So
sent the
that's
message.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm also just writing all these things down so that I remember.
That's perfectly valid.
Now with the discussion with the dwarves, so right now it's agreed that we'll help them set, or rather we'll ask them and I guess try to help them set work
Yeah.
within the mines.
I mean, we've currently got like three different factions, I guess you could say, of the dwarves. We've got the ones who want to work in the mines. We've got the ones who just want to settle down somewhere, doesn't matter where. And then we have the third group, which wants to go back and resettle in Boroda.
So we
I
can really force the group that wants to move to stay.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
Mm.
get the impression if you can give them a place to stay here, that all of the dwarves will stay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there will be some outliers that want to go back to Browder if you are able to make that safe again.
Mm.
Well, we can divert some of the forces. There are some of the dwarves that work in the mines. Instead of just mining, maybe they can live there. I'm not sure. We did see some of them living in the mountain. It might not be the same as living in a mine, but it could save on some space. I was going to offer to upgrade the ship a bit so we can try to deal with the serpents that have been causing trouble. It will require sailing deeper into the ocean, but I think finding housing for the dwarves is a bit more important right now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was also like thinking like where in reference is the mines currently? Like is
I
it
think
by the mountain
it's
fortress?
I think it's between the fortress and Braudavik.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
actually, I think the Braudavik token is a little bit off. I think it's pretty much where the Braudavik token is.
Oh, okay. Well, because
Okay.
then I
Oh
would
yeah,
suggest
it's
like
off. We should be a bit higher. It says right
Yeah.
here, Braudavik.
Yeah.
because then I would suggest like refurbishing the fortress.
I think we
To-
gave it to the Goliaths
All right, yeah, we
if
did.
they are there.
Yeah, I think you have got a force of Goliaths up there, but I mean that is a whole fortress, and a lot of the Goliaths left to go back into the mountains.
Yeah.
So there's probably some space for the dwarves, but you have got quite a lot of dwarves here. So you would be able to, if you wanted to build somewhere for them, like you could build new settlements because the amount of land you now have available to you, there's a lot of space
Yeah.
to set up a new. I'm trying to remember what it would specifically be. There's not a stronghold. Uh, yeah, it'd be just an establishment.
Okay.
Yeah, we can try to look at the D&D rules, like the proper ones. Maybe it says something about it. They released like Bastions, I think it's called.
Yeah, that we're not going to get into that because we've already got this homebrew system, and I'm not
Okay.
more shit to more in. But the strongholds and followers has got rules for if you want to make specific like buildings, but in terms of just like residential buildings, um, that that isn't going to be difficult to do. Like you can make more housing, but it's kind of up to you if you want to ship these dwarves off to another ally, or if you want to try and create a new little settlement for them to live in. Like it would be,
Yeah.
you could attach it to Braudavik and just expand Braudavik, but it's up to you guys because your stronghold essentially, or your domain is leveling up now. So it's too late to get into those mechanics right this second, but I will look into it again and we can talk about that next week.
I think
Yeah.
just randomly send it to our allies is well, we caused whatever brought them here, so I think it's up to us to help them,
Yeah.
not just send them off to someone else.
Yeah.
I feel like it would also
feel
be
like-
wasted potential. Like
Yeah,
kind of
so-
Set
I
up
think-
like some sort of place like near the mountains, maybe near
Yeah.
the
like any
mine as well, so they
Like,
will be somewhat familiar.
if the mine was like what here or here, like maybe
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like building a new settlement for like these refugees sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, and then we could like run a road like through it.
New Broad. We call it New Broad.
Yeah.
If you
Right.
look
Oh
on
yeah, that's good. That's good.
on this map, you can kind of see there where there's a collapsed mine shaft.
Yeah.
The bare chasm is where the new mine is, but the collapsed mine shaft up there those are some old ruined mines that like dwarves used to stay out there. So right now your like Braudavik kind of goes as far as the cattle ranges, but if you wanted to clear some of that area out, like above the bare chasm, you, there's probably some nice space at the base of the mountain there to set up some.
Yeah.
What you were
Yeah,
just
I'm not sure if there is anything left of the meteorite, but if there is, we can like place it right in the middle. Between the three.
Yeah,
Fucking
like
meteorite.
if we just hang and draw,
This is meteorite
like
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the gravitite ore we found is the valuable stuff.
No, that's the Bear
That's the
Chasm.
bear chasm.
You found
Oh,
meteor.
Like,
You
we
found
just
meteorite
Oh,
ore there as well. So actually having the dwarves right in the middle there,
like
probably a
have
very good idea.
have something like this speed us. How the fuck do I?
So put over there.
How do I stop drawing? I'll double click. Like have the settlement
Oh,
be
yeah.
here, something like that, and then like we've got essentially like if I can draw again, like we could establish like some kind of road connection to Braudavik and New Brode.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you've got pretty decent footpaths, and with these rivers, the boat traffic works quite well. But if you want to build a proper road, um, that could be a big project as well.
Yeah, okay, like my reasoning is like since it's gonna be like ore and shit, we want to have like good roads for it to like expedite the hauling.
We'll make it out of gravitite, and it will be like the ones in the airport where you stand and it moves on its own.
Like a maglev train.
Jesus, if you make a maglev train in the Viking game, I'm out.
The
Oh my
maglev
gosh.
Oh, okay.
It's so
No, that's
funny.
not what I meant, but
It's like a
I'm
Yeah, I
looking
mean,
up
you
right now.
definitely
just a much simpler concept. I was thinking maglev train.
Yeah, but you definitely can. You know that there are some like there are some old paths and some bridges and things that you could connect together to basically connect it to your farmland. So you would have a road running like kind of like there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops. Ignore this. Whatever.
I didn't
I
see
don't know.
anything.
No, I just accidentally switched myself to a different map. But yeah, that sort of roadway, you could definitely that would sort of be established just in making this new settlement. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Moving to the wrong.
And then they would have easy access to both the collapsed mine shaft, which would hopefully become an uncollapsed mine shaft at this point.
Yeah, you could repair those mines and
Oh, like a conveyor belt. That's the word I was thinking about.
Oh, conveyor belt, yeah. Oh yeah, those things, yeah. I mean, we've got the rivers even. We could like create water wheels to like use mechanical power to well help.
We'll do everything except using ships.
Yeah.
Can make a submarine.
No.
yeah, I mean using the river also they are they've got mine carts and things that
Yeah, they've got
is that
tanks.
yeah, so the transport is shouldn't be too much of an issue as you guys plot out there. The dwarves will be very happily moving into Braudavik permanently and setting up their settlement over there.
Okay, that's wonderful. Big things are happening.
Right.
Yeah, I'll get to if that's going to cost anything specific, but unless one of you would like to oversee the, that settlement, like you could potentially um, make that place like one of your responsibilities, and
Stronghold, sort of.
yeah, essentially turn it into a stronghold based on your class. you wanted to turn that into a big druid's grove, you could do that.
What if we
Um,
leave Gorm there for like a week or two?
The entire
And what, the sea level will
settlement is
rise?
flooded. I feel like Mikkel has a intimate relationship with the dwarves and the mining operation, so it might actually be worthwhile for him to oversee this
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say that. Let
settlement,
Mikhail oversee that.
and then we could make it like into like dual purpose, like mining and smithing outpost. Well, I guess not outpost, but smithing city.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we can consider them all a part of the Braudavik's mining operation, like
Yeah,
because you've got all of those different spots around there. So
the forgery.
yeah, that makes sense. That you are mine master. I don't know. Of course, Artificer is the one class that doesn't have
Yeah,
a.
I was about to say that's the only class that doesn't have anything in this Stronghold book.
But I feel like to find some mine mechanics, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
We can figure something out because I feel like that's also pretty appropriate for your class.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take a look at the mechanics, or I will take a look at it outside of game and let you know.
Sounds good.
But yeah, Mikil will be overseeing the mining operation, and well, when he's in town, of course. Which is probably also going to mean that Mikil is very quickly going to be one of the wealthiest people in Braudavik. Like, I don't think that's. Yeah, I mean, probably.
Humble,
I'm not sure how
humble.
current.
Yeah,
Whole Baron Mikkel.
Goldberg. We're gonna implement
yeah.
Ronald Reagan, or rather, we're gonna implement a trickle down economy. Trust me, it'll work.
Trickle down into your pocket. Yeah.
Exactly. No.
Great. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. I hope I don't ruin it.
I mean, as long as you don't like demand that they construct a mansion for you while they just live in the caves, then probably not.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't need something that fancy. I just want ore.
Yeah, just a personal hotel, not a whole mansion.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, speaking of, could we create a? We could probably create a jacuzzi, huh?
I,
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
see
no
why not.
joke. I was
Like,
just
we could get like runes with like fire, like heating properties.
Yeah.
there are natural hot springs. You guys have been there.
Fought in one. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
frozen,
but-
I think.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, but like, what? Like, can you imagine just like coming over to a noble and saying that you can install like a small little miniature hot springs in their backyard? That'd be worth the time.
The Viking discovers indoor plumbing.
Viking
I mean, to be
discovers
fair,
aqueducts.
like a wooden bath that would be, that's not rocket science. To make a
Some
bucket
bubbles.
and fill it with water, and then a little rune on there to keep the water make bubbles. Yeah, why not? Of all the magical things that can happen in this world, I think making a jacuzzi isn't too far fetched.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. And then it can even double as a torture chamber when you want to you can just double the heat or something.
Wow.
That'll cost extra.
Can we just get like a brazen bull or something? Doesn't that work
Yeah.
better?
I mean, but
Actually, there
A
are plenty of
jacuzzi.
torture methods. A jacuzzi. Very important. Okay, we will get a jacuzzi.
I mean, it'll be so fun. Like when they pass to the next life, and they just have to announce how they died.
Death by jacuzzi.
Yeah, I don't think you get to go to Valhalla if you drown in a jacuzzi. I don't think that counts as dying in battle. I was fighting the bubbles, I promise. I tried.
It was really warm. It's like 5 degrees over normal temperature.
yeah, look, drinking mead and sitting in a jacuzzi all day turns out very dangerous. Who knew?
Yeah, it'll be great.
You know, people die like that today. I had no
Yeah.
idea. But yes, I mean, what is the time actually? How?
I think we're almost
Oh yeah,
a few more
Yeah.
minutes.
yeah. We're kind of coming to the end of the session here. So as you guys have now settled on a fate for the dwarven refugees, and a future for the Leonin children, I guess at this point, you know, there are going to be some new rumors and trade developments that are going on that don't really concern you guys too much, but you can start looking into what's going on around the rest of the world. Maybe you want to return to Vachand and try and reclaim the heart of Emir, or uh, yeah, go into the seas, go visit somewhere else in the world. But at this point, if you want to go seek out new allies or deal with other threats, this is your chance to start planning another expedition. And I think next week we can, yeah, maybe it would be nice if you could make a decision now so I know what to prepare for next week. But I understand if you haven't got a full plan this year.
I believe we still need money,
Lots of money.
so we already might be accepting the heading to the arena for the dragons. Maybe they're paying.
Yeah, that was actually, yeah, I was going to say at the end of the session, you will probably see that some of those dragons, or at least in dragonborn form, there will be some dragonborn paying a visit to Braudavik to find out about
Ooh.
that. As yeah, you brought it up right before I was going to reveal it, but yeah,
Let's remember their thing.
Doing great. So we're getting next episode. All right.
I
yeah.
wonder
Well,
when are the Iridian games?
It's not the
Or
Iranian games. It's something else.
well, it
oh,
is a
okay.
lead up to the Iranian. The Iranian games are like the
top.
international sort
Final.
of competition, but now it's going to be local competitions and then the nationals, and then eventually you go to the Iranian games. That's sort of the structure.
I think it's
Okay,
the
I understand.
Dragonstone Amphitheater. I think right there. We have to get to.
That's if you look on this map. Wait, which map are we actually on?
We're on the
Braudavik
local
area
Broadway.
map.
Yeah, then the Dragonstone Amphitheater is where you're looking. Shall I take you onto the full map so you can see all the factions?
Yeah.
Then you'll see the Dragon Lords of Alsvater are where the it's the same place, the Dragonstone Amphitheater. But you know that you've got 2 months until the Frozen White Night begins. And if you haven't sent a warrior to them by then, you will have broken your deal with the dragons and they will attack. But it seems like whoever was judging the seasons beforehand was pretty much wrong, and
Drunk.
you have now autumn has just begun, so uh, you are not as close to winter as I may have led you to believe before. My bad, but um, you've got about 2 months before those dragons are going to need to collect, because that is when the arenas open, is on the Frozen White Night, and then I misunderstand. Yeah, and then on the White Hot Night, which is in a couple months later, that's when the actual Iranian games take place. Because the Frozen White Night, a white night, just uh, for reference, is when the sun doesn't go down.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is
Oh, okay.
the Frozen White Night is it's constantly winter, and It doesn't become nighttime. So it is a strange time of year. But that's how you know when you can see both suns in the sky at the same time. That means the gods are watching, and so it is time for the arenas to fight for the gods.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm offering to go. I'm not sure about the rest. We do need money.
Yeah.
We got like 10,000, I think, from the reward and probably maybe some trading, but still, especially since we increased our domain, we will need more.
Yep. Like there is the loot in the Patrons tomb.
Like there is.
Yes.
Over there.
I
The, didn't you remember the piles of gold and platinum?
I don't think I was. I think I
You were
joined
not
right
there?
after that.
Yeah, Hjelte's mission was to go to that, was to find the
Oh,
place,
right.
But
and you guys
The Valkyrie, yeah.
I think I never. Yeah, I don't think I ever was in there with
no.
True.
everybody else.
True.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
I
makes
remember.
sense. I guess it makes sense.
He
A big
was waiting
dragon.
outside of the. It
Headstone.
was me and Gorm and him went to the forge while the rest were already there.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Big dragon.
Oh yeah, that's technically true. Hieta didn't see the horde, but there was a horde. It was filled with a lot of gold and platinum, even more
And
than
the
10,000
One
gold
Ring.
that we have now. Oh
Not,
yeah, I have that on me still.
not sure how easy it would be to take that though.
Mikkel has a bag of holding.
Right, but I mean, but if Atron still like wants it.
Yeah, so that's why you gotta kill him if you want to take it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll let you guys discuss. I'm sorry, I have an exam tomorrow and it's getting a bit late.
No.
Yeah, that's all right. I think this is
So
where we'll draw the session to a close.